Hello, and we're back with Ryland Brickson Cole Tews, and you might know him from such films as Lake Michigan Monster, or the humongous hit Hundreds of Beavers, and if you've been following the news around here, from the upcoming true story of D.B. Cooper, Oriental Snatch. And so, hello, Ryland Brickson Cole Tews, and before I really get started, it seems that congratulations might be in order because I was doing a little bit of last minute research, and about 15 minutes to half an hour ago, I found out that you may be departing the realm of the single.
Yeah. Oh, departing the realm of the single, like the single man.
Yes, the bachelor.
Yes. This is true. Yes, I am recently engaged to my lovely fiance, and yes, we were just on tour, another one of our tours in the UK and Ireland, where we did another additional 26 screenings of Hundreds of Beavers, and at the end of the tour, we finished it by taking a little trip to Paris, France. You
I've
may
heard
have
of that place.
it's crazy what Paris makes a man do. And the next, I'm on one knee proposing.
All right.
And so, yes, we are engaged to be wed.
And I guess you've probably been asked this question multiple times already, but did you have to give her father 100 beaver pelts before she would accept?
Correct. Yes. But it was hundreds of beaver.
Yeah.
Hundreds.
Yes. It
Yeah.
was something like 584. Yes. And he graciously accepted, and so we're gonna get married this summer, hopefully.
All right. Well, as I say, congratulations. And with that out of the way, I think we're going to spend our time talking about this exciting upcoming feature, Oriental Snatch. And so let me see what I have. Can you guys see the screen?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I think that the first thing we've got up is this lovely poster, which Giles has described in detail before. Giles, you want to hit just like the major features of this poster for people who are just listening and have no video?
Sure. We've got a lovely 1960s style, let's see, I guess madcap meets espionage motif going on here with lots of characters about doing various things. In the foreground, we have a very obviously smooth operator fella in a suit carrying a cocktail and a looks like a lunch pail with a bundle of dynamite and timer. And
That would
off
be a
to,
briefcase bomb, Giles.
yeah, sorry, he's got big arms. He's got big arms holding a briefcase bomb there. Off to that gentleman's left is a smoking hot and literally smoking cigarette stewardess individual who is carrying a big bag of money in her non-cigarette hand. She is clad in a very stylish hot pink, which guess I'm kind of curious what airline has that, or had that probably. Uniform style. And then we get to some smaller figures. There's a sort of, let's see, a butcher shop owner looking guy with a boater and bow tie and suspenders, and he's holding a round fuse bomb above his head. There is that Sean Shaughnessy as a air pilot guy
Well,
with
actually, that would actually be Dick Flynn.
Dick Flynn, excuse me, my apologies to either one of you if you're offended. Dick Flynn there, except no doubt as a different character here, as the pump action shotgun wielding, I'm going to guess pilot, although I suppose he might be a navigator. Standing in front of that mustachioed fellow is, of course, a bipedal alligator with a cuirass, an iron star, and a Nazi armband. Not to mention a bladed sidearm. And of course, there are a number of other interesting things going on in this very active poster, whose four corners are decorated by a Brazilian, United States, Japanese, and I believe Australian flag.
That is correct, yes.
All right, so something for at least people in those four countries.
and there are
Yes, we're only showing it in those four countries. Those are the only four countries that matter.
there's also like a castle and some figures that look like knights and lots of explosions, and this poster just raises so many questions. But first off, who's responsible for the artwork here, so we can just credit them for this wonderful.
Yes, that was Kyle V. James who
Okay.
made this concept poster for us. And when I started telling him all the different elements that I wanted included, well, he told me it was going to be a little bit of a mess, but I said, you know what, Kyle, that's fine because we're trying to sell the movie on this concept poster. This won't be the final poster, but it's supposed to act like one of those crazy, movie posters you'd see in like Thailand that has little or nothing to do with the actual film, but it's just made to say, wow, look at that thing. I want to watch that thing, even though you know, half the things in the poster aren't even in the movie. But with that being said, a lot of the things you see in this poster actually will be in Oriental Snatch. So it's just a big action adventure, mystery, horror, romance extravaganza.
Okay, but you do run the risk of alienating people if they do not see the Nazi alligator in armor. But I'm hoping.
Oh, well, I'm not going to say whether that's in the film or not, but I want to keep that a surprise, but it's more of just a symbol for all things crazy and nuts, and gives you a little flavor of where this movie's going.
Yeah, I was thinking it's perhaps a metaphorical alligator Nazi.
Yes, correct.
All right, so that's well. I mean, it's a yes. It puts you in the right headspace. Okay,
That's
so
right.
so that's the poster. Let's go through some of the advertising material here for the movie or the pitch material. By the way, I should point out you have raised over $100,000 for this, and you're still are you still actively seeking funds? I assume yes.
Yes, we've actually raised
Okay.
$200,000, and we are aiming for $2 to $3 million budget. So far, we are still fundraising through WeFunder, also outside of WeFunder, but WeFunder has been the big investment platform for us. And the nice thing about WeFunder is you actually get to own a piece of the film. And when the movie makes money, you make money because you're an investor. It's not like Kickstarter where you give some money and then, 2 years later they mail you a Blu-ray. This is you will actually be owning a piece of the film. So we've got a lot of fans of Hundreds of Beavers, of Lake Michigan Monster, who want to see our next big cinematic escapade, and so they've given some money. But yes, we're going to start shooting the movie in March of next year, but we're going to continue to raise funds all through 2026. So yes, but there's investment happening all the time, like I said, both in WeFunder or on WeFunder, I should say, and outside. So if there's someone out there who would like to own a piece of Oriental Snatch, please join our team.
And
All
it
right.
sounds like you can still own up to 2.5 million of it if you want to invest that. So
That's right, Giles. You
reach
sure can.
deep.
You, in particular, Giles. I know you have a couple million lying around.
Yeah, not here, but yeah.
Well, of course, we will link to that in the comments and on other places. But the first of one, two, three, four, five, six slides we have here is the synopsis for the film, which reads: a sexy, highly embellished retelling of the enigmatic air pirate D.B. Cooper and his infamous 1971 plane heist. Who was he? Where did he go? What are these creatures? The complete, outrageous, true story will finally be revealed. Genre: action, adventure, comedy. Tone: ominous and mysterious. Fun and macabre. Horror, romance, Hong Kong-inspired action. World aesthetic. Late 60s, early 70s art direction and costume design. So I guess I do want to maybe um, ask. I don't think some people may not know who D.B. Cooper was, and I think part of the reason it's a entertaining way to start a movie is because so little is actually known about D.B. Cooper. But what can you tell people about the real life background of D.B. Cooper that inspires this film?
Well, the story of DB Cooper is essentially this guy named quote unquote DB Cooper back in 1971 boarded an airplane, and at some point during the flight he revealed that he had a briefcase with a bomb inside, and he demanded $200,000 and parachutes. And the airline and the feds gave in to him. They landed the plane, they gave him the money, they gave him the parachutes, and then they took back off in the plane. And then at some point during the flight, this DB Cooper jumped out of the plane with the money, with the parachute, never to be seen or heard from again. And it is the only unsolved uh, plane hijacking in a commercial aviation history. So there's a lot of fans of DB Cooper, and it's nice because there hasn't really been a feature film made about DB Cooper, other than there was one made in like 1981 or something. But there's been plenty of documentaries, but there just hasn't been a real proper DB Cooper made. And so we thought it was our job to do so. And the nice thing about this story is not only is there already fans of the story and the lore itself, but because it's so open-ended as to who this guy was, where did he come from, where did he go, why did he need this money, what happened to him after he jumped out of the plane, it really lends itself to, I don't know, creative outburst of imagination, because anything is possible in this story. And so that's why I said this movie is going to give us a framework in which we can kind of do whatever we want, essentially. Of course, we're going to try to tell the story of DB Cooper, um, but with that being said, we're also going to, make our own, story as well and tell the real life true story of what actually happened. And finally, answer all these questions and raise several more.
All right. Hey, Giles, do you have any questions about this slide in particular before I move to the next one?
I guess maybe more of an observation that could elicit some comments. I recognize two of these stills. Is that one on the right from Van Helsing?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so will there be vampires in this docudrama you're making?
There's no way of knowing what'll be in this movie.
Mm.
Not even I know.
It's not shot yet, so we don't know.
Right. That's right. Everything's fair game.
Good point.
Okay, next slide is lead characters. Uh, the three are D.B. Cooper, Valentina, and Captain Bill Smith. D.B. Cooper's description reads, a sophisticated, suave, yet down-to-earth lounge lizard, a human weapon, a dangerous man of mystery, a helpless romantic. Cooper's man with the plan aura is only matched by his ability to get injured, which I guess is a new twist. Valentina is the fun, silly, alluring stewardess and love interest. A dissident of the harsh Brazilian dictatorship of the time, Valentina is an accomplished horseback rider and martial artist, a good-hearted woman who doesn't mind a bit of danger, and Captain Bill Smith, the bombastic Australian pilot, an ill-tempered loose cannon whose pride supersedes safety and decorum, a bloody brawler who's more fit to hunting down Mad Max than flying commercial aircraft, hates D.B. Cooper. My only question here is, what is D.B. Cooper's drink of choice? Because he looks like a bourbon on rocks guy to me. But
You're absolutely right, Greg. And that's actually factual. He
right.
was drinking a few bourbon on the rocks in real life, in the actual real life thing. And they said, well, it was either bourbon on the rocks or he'd also order a 7 and 7 as well.
Mm.
Yeah.
Nice thing about this story too, about the DB Cooper story is, he's different from like one of these, take me to Cuba political dissidents of the time. There'd just be some madman on a plane. Uh, the pilots and the stewardesses on the plane, they all said he was a very nice man. He was just kind of a charming guy who happened to be hijacking the plane. He happened to just be a terrorist, but he was actually a pretty nice guy. And they just said, yeah, he just, ordered his bourbon on the rocks and was all very, nice to us. And so, yeah, I think the bourbon probably calmed his nerves a bit.
Hmm. All right, Giles, any questions on this slide?
No, no, no.
Oh,
I think
okay.
it's
Well,
this all sounds good. I mean, obviously we all hope for a love triangle in any movie from the 60s or 70s, but I'm guessing since well, gosh, could have Captain Bill Smith maybe, but yeah, no, I got nothing on this other than
all right.
what isn't known yet.
Let's move to the this still our frame, our slide will go pretty quickly. It's just the movies that it intends to reference. The James Bond vibe, Eyes Wide Shut, which is a bit of a surprise. Evil Dead 2, which of course you would expect, and Jackie Chan are the four references listed here. Uh, does this inspire a question for you, Giles? Or
Yeah, I'm just would you be able to comment on the eyes wide shut elements that one may anticipate in this movie to come?
Again, if I did that, I'd have to kill you, Giles.
Mm,
So
Oh, okay.
yeah, I can't spoil too much, or else
Well,
why even make the movie, you
mm.
know? But this, again, this will just give you a little bit of flavor for what we're going for, You mix all four of these together and then you get Oriental Snatch.
okay.
So it's
Yeah.
Sean Connery, I'm sure, era James Bond. As for Jackie Chan, any movie in particular, or just the entire kickboxing type vibe? Or
It's any Jackie Chan movie other than I would say uh any Jackie Chan movie. I was trying to think of a lame a movie where he did made a lame cameo, but nothing comes to mind.
mm,
So any Jackie Chan movie. Yes.
including Cannonball Run.
Yes, actually that's the biggest
That's
reference.
the biggest one.
Correct.
Okay, well, we got through that one quickly. So, film aesthetic, slide number 4, super 16 millimeter color film to replicate the look and feel of the time. 24 frames per second, it looks like. And film locations says Tews and his team are known for getting the biggest bang for their buck. So, in order to keep costs low and stretch the budget, the team plans to shoot much of the film in Sao Paulo, Brazil. There, they will construct an airplane set from the ground up, staging the set and housing the film crew on a horse ranch. Okay, Giles, any questions here?
Well, this kind of makes me wonder. You mentioned other fundraising varieties before, Ryland, and this has got a very different feel to it from, a standard Kickstarter thing. Did you, how much thought and perhaps advice did you seek in regards to making something that's effectively a pitch to investors as opposed to a pitch to fans?
How do you mean?
Well, it's like you're saying, like you mentioned before, with like a Kickstarter thing, which I know is at least a small part of the hundreds of beavers, and that's got a different outreach kind of feel than
Well, we never did a Kickstarter for Hundreds of
not
Beavers.
Kickstarter. What you did something though. You had some fundraising element, I
Well, no,
remember.
we just had private equity. We just
Oh,
had
private equity.
investors.
Okay,
Yeah.
I think
then.
you did on the ad for this. I think when we talked to you guys about hundreds of beavers, you kept the budget on the down low, but here you seem to spill the beans on how much hundreds of beavers cost in this. So is that public information now?
Yeah, that's public information
All right,
now.
it
Yeah,
was
it was like 150,
150,000.
150,000. Yeah.
That is just amazing. Wow. and it grossed. What figure do you have now?
Well, it's past 100, it's past 1.5 million worldwide now at the box office because it continues to play in theaters. I mean, we just now tonight actually we're premiering our second Northwoods Christmas theatrical run. We did it last year, and now we're doing it again back in the U.S. with, Beavers is back in theaters, playing at over 60 theaters again. And again, I just got back from Europe on another tour. So, we've had Beavers in movie theaters now for, well, over a year and a half in movie theaters. So yeah, it's at somewhere just over 1.5 million at the box office. And, we just continue to sell a bunch of merchandise.
So that is
Uh,
10 times the budget, which is a pretty good return.
and that's what we're trying to tell potential investors,
Mhm.
we're just trying to say, hey, look, we already have made two features, and both those features made money for all our investors. Beavers continues to make money, so you know, there's no guarantee that indie film will make money, but we're two for two so far, and we already have created a cult classic in Hundreds of Beavers. So if there's any movie you want to get on board and support, it should be Oriental Snatch.
All right.
Yeah, and also, yeah, your many long years of continued efforts in the promotion, so you obviously don't slack when it comes to your own blood, sweat, and tears.
Yes, I mean, we premiered Hundreds of Beavers at Fantastic Fest in September of 2022, and now it's,
Still going.
December 2025, and like I said, I just got back on off another Hundreds of Beavers tour, so
Mm.
just got to keep promoting the movie. That's the thing about indie filmmakers is they need to. It's unfortunate, but you have to put in just as much work into the marketing and promotion of the movie as you did making the movie, if not more.
Hmm.
Uh, and it's tough because you got to get out there and be boots on the ground and putting on a show for people, eventizing screenings in a way that will actually make people get off the couch and go out to a movie theater and see your thing. So, but we've had tremendous luck. I mean, this past year, my fiance and I put on 95 in-person screenings around England and Germany and
Hmm.
uh, Austria and Ireland, Scotland, Wales, and we sold out more times than not. So people still got beaver fever. They love it when we show up with the costumes. So who knows? Maybe we'll get a beaver in Oriental Snatch.
Hmm.
Easter egg for the fans.
Yeah.
Okay. The last two slides are concern the team, and the first one listed is some writer, producer, and lead named Ryland Brickson Cole Tews, and we don't have to discuss him. But how about co-star Valentina, Jessica? How do you pronounce her name? Freitag?
Jessica Freytag, and that's my fiance.
Hmm. So, did you like working with her, or?
Yes,
All right,
that's
Giles.
how it's done.
Um, don't
Yeah,
mind me. I've been up since 5 a.m.
It's
Jessica's she's an actress. We actually met at Fantasia Festival.
Oh wow.
We actually met um, at the last one that we were at, Giles, that we had beavers at.
Oh.
That's where I met Jessica, and she was there with a short film that she was a star in called Wind Princess, which was the live action. Um, it was a short film, but it was a live action of the Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind film, the Miyazaki film, and she played Nausicaa. And yeah, and then us and the Brazilian team, we just really hit it off. So now we are for Oriental Snatch, we're kind of combining forces with the Brazilians to make this thing. And another reason why we're shooting in Brazil is because, if we are able to raise $2 to $3 million for this film, that budget goes about three times as far in Brazil.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So that's it's just it's the reason why, Hollywood shoots their action movies in Eastern European countries because it's cheaper, but they have great crews and who know what they're doing and whatnot. So that's also part of the thinking behind it.
Okay, let's do two more team members. The cinematographer Quinn Hester is returning from Hundreds of Beavers, and you have a new director, Chris Tex, and his bio reads, an award-winning writer-director of narratives, commercials, and graphic novels, known for his flair for the action-packed and fantastic, is a partner of the Sao Paulo-based production company Ritmo Visual Films, who will play an integral role in the production, staffing, and legal aspects of the film. Giles, do you have questions about this?
No, I guess it'd be good to know how'd you end up wanting to work with Mr. Tex and him wanting to work with you? What's your
Well, again, we
guys?
really hit it off at Fantasia Film Festival, and he's one of those guys who just needs a break. He needs, and when I say that, I mean there's a lot of short film makers out there or directors of commercial work who have all the necessary they have the necessary skills themselves, but they also have all the hookups in terms of crew members and you know knowing all the stunt guys and action guys and stuff. And really, what it comes down to is they just need some money. That's always obviously the toughest part to do. And Chris is one of those guys who's enormously talented, and he just needs a movie to direct. And so I said, Chris, it is your chance right now to direct a feature film, your first feature film. And he's very excited about it. He's been doing lots of pre-production work on the film, but he just, like I said, as it states in here, he's got this wild imagination, and he knows how to shoot action, and he just is the right fit for this job. On top of that, again, that we're shooting most of the movie in Brazil, and so it'll be very helpful for him to be able to communicate with the crew who in Portuguese, because even though Chris himself can speak English, and many of the crew members can, it's always easier just to
Mhm.
speak in your native tongue. So Chris is the man for the job, and he's going to do fantastic work. I can't wait for people to discover Chris Tex through Oriental Snatch and then see all of his previous work as well. So we're very excited to have him.
Wonderful.
It's not a name that sounds particularly Brazilian to me, but I don't know Brazilian naming conventions, I guess. So,
Well, it's because his real name is Cristiano Teixeira.
uh,
Ah.
okay. The idea of shooting Brazil came because you wanted to work with him, or was it the other way around?
Well, it just made sense because, first of all, again, my fiance, Jessica Freitag, lives in Brazil. And so I spent a lot of time in Brazil. And so I got to know a lot about Brazil and about the people here and the crew people. And obviously, I already knew the Wind Princess team. And so it just made sense to make the next one down here. On top of that, again, the money goes a lot further as well. Um, and so, you know, just based on the resources they have here and how much cheaper it is to shoot here, and then the relationships that I have with that Wind Princess team, it just in the fact that I want to make Oriental Snatch this like crazy action adventure comedy, it just made sense to combine forces with the Beaver team and the Wind Princess team. So yeah, it's
All
just
right.
it's just the right fit for the project.
All right, excellent. We have about 4 to 5 minutes remaining. I want to play a special little video that I created to celebrate the friendship between Giles and Ryland because they met at Fantasia, and this is probably the second time you two have spoken over Zoom, and I think you talked you talked to him twice in person, right? For Lake Michigan Monster and
Yes.
Hundreds of Beavers. So I made a little short video to celebrate your friendship that I'd like to
Wow. All
play
right.
now for you guys. Because I worked like 10 minutes on it, so it would be a shame if it didn't get in. No, you've been a good friend. Through the thick and thin, and I know it's never gonna end. 'Cause you've been a good friend.
Wow.
Two action shots.
Yeah, Giles, I think we got to take more pictures together.
Well, I'm forever hopeful that you'll be a recurring presence at Fantasia because
Yeah,
I'll
that
certainly
was
be going there till the U.S. Shuts down the border for some reason or other.
that
Right.
would have
Yes.
gone longer if we had more than one photograph of you two together. But there you are. So,
No, no.
Giles, I'm going to turn it over to you to ask any remaining questions in our last 3 to 4 minutes or so.
Oh, okay, well, I have at least one. I watched your little 5 minute promotional video for, the Oriental Snatch fundraising thing, and I watched this bit twice because it sounded, well, unfortunate perhaps. You say this is going to be your third and final role.
That's well, it's just I'd like to focus on other aspects of life for a while because it's a lot to make. It's a lot to make three indie films that are of high quality. It takes a lot out of you, and Hundreds of Beavers,
Hmm.
for instance, took I mean, like 6 years in total through the pre-production and the shooting and all the post-production and the promoting of it. So, it'd just be nice that after Oriental Snatch, if I could just focus on other aspects of life, at
Hmm.
least for a while until I'm reluctantly pulled out of retirement,
Uh,
inevitably one day.
it's like,
But, I just think why not just put everything I got into the next one and just be happy with that? Because, there is no guarantee that you'll ever make another movie. So,
hmm.
I've always been my thought's always been just put everything you possibly got into the next movie, assuming you won't be able to make the next one after that, and then just be happy that, hey, I was able to make three pretty decent movies. And if that's all I got, that's fine with me.
Yeah, it's certainly more
Uh,
than most.
yeah, exactly. So I'll be plenty happy if we're able to pull off Snatch and people really enjoy it. And then I can, like I said, I can focus on some other stuff for a while. So
All
yeah.
right, so I do think we're about to run out of time, so I do want to shut down and say thank you, Ryland Brickson Cole Tews, for showing up, and the movie will be Oriental Snatch in the future. We'll keep you advised as to how that's coming along. Thank you for coming on and talking to us.
Yes, thanks so much, Greg. Thank you, Giles. And again, anyone who's interested in owning a piece of Oriental Snatch, just visit our WeFunder page, which is just wefunder.com/Oriental Snatch. And you can also find us on Instagram and in the media. We just had a huge IndieWire article written about us. So people are getting excited about Oriental Snatch. So hop on board the well, I was gonna say hop on board the train, but it should really be hop on board the
Hop on board the
plane.
flying train.
Right.
Well,
Yes, hop on board the flying train, otherwise known as a plane. So,
well,
All right,
thanks
thank
again,
you.
Ryland. Good luck with this. Congratulations on the engagement, and hopefully I'll see you, well, in Montreal one day, not too distant future.
yes, let's plan Montreal Fantasia 2027. How about
All right,
that?
I'll get you some Mexican.
Thank you. Yes.
All right, beautiful. Well, thank you so much again, and thank you, everybody. We'll see you next week. And we're
All right.
out.
Thanks, guys.